Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, I'm pretty sure you must have seen the headlines. This one is taken from Guardian. All links are put down below. That just oil activists. There were some activists who are against fossil fuels oil. They threw soup at Van Gogh's Sunflower, the painting, and then they glued themselves to the wall. And then you have like something like Independent, where climate activists poured human feces on Captain Tom's statue. Okay, this was in protest of private jets or something. Then you have animal activists who pour bottles of milk in department stores, and some of them put flowers on meat products. Some of them even block people from buying meat. And then you have the most, I think, the ridiculous one is they blocking traffic, blocking people from going to work. You can check some of the videos where, people want to go to work, they want to do their thing, and these climate activists or whatever activists just sitting down. Some of them even gluing their face or their hands on the roads. Okay, see, you want to glue yourself anywhere and all that, it's fine, but the problem is they're causing inconvenience. So I just thought in this video, I'll give you my thoughts about these activities. Okay. Now, I'm okay with freedom of speech. You want to say whatever you want to say. You do not like A, B, C. Fine. You want to make a protest. People are, burning fossil fuels. Fine. You want to protest. People are giving an opinion. You don't like it. You're protesting. Fine. Okay. All that is fine. But where it becomes a nuisance is when you start doing things that cause people inconvenience, and that too not the you're not talking of the company or the brand. Let's say I remember this. There was a person. There were activists who were uh, protesting about the bank or the financial system of a particular bank, and they actually went and they destroyed the glass door. No, they went and broke it with a hammer and this one, and then after breaking it, they sat down and waited for the police to arrest them. I cannot understand the logic of destroying public property. That's anybody. Okay, so that was one. Then you have these people who they will block traffic on a busy road. They will prevent people from going to work. People who want to earn their livelihoods. Or in there was one case where this ambulance wanted to pass through and could not get through because they're blocked. And then obviously police are unable to do anything, so the public grabs them and throws them out. Now, I'll tell you what I find really irritating, or what is it I don't like. Yes, you want to make a message, you want to tell the world about something, but how does it help when you destroy public property? Now, Van Gogh's painting or these famous paintings which are there, I mean, thankfully they are protected with, glass or plastic or whatever. But you're ready to, desecrate or destroy priceless pieces of art because you want to make a yeah, protest, be outside. In fact, sometimes I find these protests rather silly. Like there's a meat shop and the guy's cutting meat and he's serving his customers, and these vegans come and stand outside and shout and scream and prevent people from entering. In fact, I think there was in McDonald's or something, they are pouring milk or fake looking blood like paint. And then in one instance, I remember this was pretty funny. This guy wants to go into McDonald's and eat his burger, and they're blocking him. And he was a fairly big guy, and he screamed, "I'm going to knock the hell out of you," or something. And they moved out. I mean, why are you doing all this? Why are you throwing paint? And then this new trend that they have started in going to supermarkets or outlets and pouring milk down. Like products that people can consume for food and all that. They are opening that and pouring it down. And I mean, what are you doing? I just don't understand, what is this world coming to? Sometimes I ask myself, really, I'll tell you, I ask myself, do you have any job? Are you working somewhere? Don't you have to get to office on time? Don't you have something to study, something to learn? Or is your whole stitch that I just want to change the world. This is where I blame the European and the Western kind of economies, because they give them unemployment benefits, or they make life a little easier. So these people just are so bored, they don't know what to do. But have you noticed in places like China or India or the Far East, where the government doesn't give you easy money and doesn't take care of you, you have to work your ass off to feed your family. Nobody is doing all this. Yes, they would protest against, let's say, animals cruelty, fine. Like in Philippines, they have these dogs where they eat and kill them, or let's say poor people. But something like, oh, climate change, okay, let's destroy public property. And yes, the laws are very strict, so nobody would do it there that way. I just feel this generation of new people who are come, they are so jobless, they are so bored in life, they don't know what to do. They want to give themselves a purpose of doing something worthwhile, and that is where they end up with all this ridiculous uh, actions. Like, please make me understand, how does milk there are countries where there are poor African countries, or they, even people in India, Pakistan, anywhere, for whom, if you give them a bottle of milk, just canned milk or whatever, they would, just join their hands and thank you for it. And the same milk is being used to just throw out. Then someone is cutting meat to serve his customers, running his business. You're blocking his business and screaming and shouting. What are you doing? Oh, we will go vegan. We will only eat vegetables. We will not eat meat. Yeah, I think the very reason that you are shoving your belief systems onto others forcefully, without making it like a dialogue, or without engaging in, if you set up a table at the side and give people flyers and tell them, say, listen, this is not good, let me educate you. Fine. Those who are interested can come there. But when you start doing this nonsense of throwing things around, and people are eating McDonald's and suddenly you start throwing fake blood everywhere, or worse is gluing yourself to the road, or not letting people go to work and breaking public property. I When I read all this, I really think, like, if I was a guy, I had to go to office to work, and there is someone blocking this thing, and I'm telling them, please let me go to work, and they're not responding. Do you know what anger, frustration, and hatred develops towards these individuals? That is why nobody wants to support these causes, because they are a bloody nuisance. In fact, I think if you do a little bit of search, these Greenpeace and wildlife and all these groups, it seems they were rocked by a scandal whereby the money that was being given to them to use for good things was actually being used for wrong. Like, even the for protection of wild animals, they were not actually using it to protect them, rather to advertise their organization and make money. You can just Google search on this, and even the Greenpeace, the person who founded Greenpeace left Greenpeace because now they were making like more like a political weapon for whomsoever is the highest donor or supporter. They're just trying to help that person achieve their political ambitions. You can have a look at those videos. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you think these activities of damaging public goods, throwing soup, sometimes they defecate, or they, and even worse, sometimes they sit naked and open their legs and show their bodies naked. I just feel they're just doing for your attention, and sometimes they take their period blood and smear it on their face. What are you doing, man? I remember this London Marathon, an Indian girl of Indian origin, who was educated in an Ivy League university. She allowed her period blood to flow on her legs, and she was proudly showing everyone, see, I have period blood, and oh, this is women's empowerment. Yeah, I understand that you want to tell the world, especially in poorer countries, that women getting period is not, disgusting. Although, frankly speaking, just like poo, piss, and shit and all that, yes, it's a body, getting rid of fluids. So it's not very yummy, yummy, yo, delicious. No, it is disgusting. But you want to make a statement, but is that the way? Do we start Do females start sitting with their legs open and showing their period blood or smearing on the? I I don't know what has gone wrong with our world. It's like this. Jordan Peterson put it so beautifully. He said, before you change the world, before you want to change others, at least get your house in order. At least sort out your, like the analogy he gave us, make your room in place, put your room in order. Means get your life sorted out first, change yourself first, become a better human being first, and then start changing this whole world. No, this generation of Greta Thunberg and all that, they will tell you fossil fuels are bad and use only wind and sun and all that. But she's not doing that. Do you see her switching off her electricity? Do you see her? In fact, do you see any of these people giving a viable solution? There is none. It is not possible. See what is happening with the Ukraine war. Who's going into natural sun and wind and all that? They are all going into oil and gas. It's so easy to lecture the world, especially when you are uneducated and you don't know what you're doing. Just for attention, you feel you want to change the world. Anyway, I just find this whole thing so useless and pointless. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree with this or do you find this absolute rubbish? Because personally, me, the more I read about all this nonsense that they're doing, I just can't stand them anymore. Anyway, let me know your thoughts because I find this disgusting. Good, bad, ugly, please comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.